In September 1939, the world witnessed the beginning of a war that would forever change the course of history. Nazi Germany's swift and brutal invasion of Poland not only shocked the international community, but also marked the start of World War II. In this video, we'll explore the strategic motives behind Hitler's attack, the rapid success of the Blitzkrieg, and the tragic consequences for Poland and the rest of Europe. The plot of Hitler. After Hitler came to power in 1933, during the 12 years of Nazi rule in Germany, this regime implemented policies aimed at regaining lost territories and restoring the glory of the Second German Empire by annexing neighboring territories. The goal was to rebuild the empire that had been destroyed by the Treaty of Versailles, which ended World War I. The annexation of surrounding territories was carried out under the pretext of uniting Germans in one nation. However, in reality, ethnic Germans in Poland accounted for only a small portion of the total population. Instead, the Nazi regime propagated that Germans in Poland were being oppressed. Regardless of the truth, many German workers in Poland still supported the annexation with Germany. Western Poland had the Polish Corridor, a territory taken from Germany by the Treaty of Versailles, which isolated Germany from the free city of Danzig, now Gdansk, where Germans were the majority. Danzig was an independent city-state, established in 1920 and under the protection of the League of Nations. This city was granted special rights to Poland because Danzig was the only port in the Polish corridor that had access to the sea. Germany began making territorial demands on Poland regarding Danzig. Hitler wanted to connect German territory with Danzig by building a highway through Poland, linking Germany with Danzig and East Prussia, a German territory. However, Poland rejected this proposal, fearing that any concessions would weaken their position and give more power to Germany and Poland. Fearing the growing strength of Germany, in March 1939, Poland signed a military agreement with France and Britain. They hoped that this would prevent Hitler from taking any military action against Poland. Despite the justifications and political moves, Hitler still looked down on Poland and the Polish people. Since the 1930s, he had written that the Polish and Czech people were not worth more than a penny compared to the Sudanese or Indians. He also declared that the invasion of Poland was for Lebensraum, not for Danzig. In the months leading up to the invasion, the German government began accusing the Polish government of carrying out racial cleansing actions against Germans in Poland. This was part of a propaganda campaign orchestrated by Himmler to tarnish Poland's reputation in the international community. On the night of August 31st, the German army carried out a series of simulated attacks along the Polish border, including the famous Gleiwitz incident, where SS members disguised as Polish. The invasion of Poland. At dawn on September 1st, 1939, Germany unexpectedly launched the invasion of Poland. The main attacks came from East Prussia, controlled by Germany in the north, Silesia and Slovakia in the southwest and northwest of Poland. As most of the Polish army was stationed along the western border, expecting a direct attack from that direction, they were completely surprised and surrounded. From the beginning, the Polish forces were completely overwhelmed on all fronts and in all areas. In theory, Poland had 1 million troops to resist the invasion, a significant number but still pale in comparison to Germany's over 1,500,000 troops, supported by 2,000 tanks, 900 bombers, and 400 fighter planes. Poland hoped to hold off the German forces in the west to allow Britain and France to mobilize effective military assistance. But that hope was completely shattered. Britain and France declared war on Germany on September 3rd, but did not send troops to assist Poland. In addition, the Soviet Union opened a second front, advancing into Poland from the east. In the early days of the invasion, Germany's propaganda claimed that the Polish Air Force had been completely destroyed on the ground. This was completely untrue. The Polish Air Force had no knowledge of Germany's attack, mainly due to the surprise direction of the attack, not because they were destroyed. They had dispersed their forces everywhere for defense and could launch a fierce resistance in the air. However, the Polish forces had fewer and much less equipped air forces compared to Germany. Polish pilots were well trained, but that was still not enough. After a short period of time, Germany quickly gained the upper hand in the air. This allowed Germany to exploit the Bewegungskrieg, lightning war strategy, a method of using military forces extremely quickly and effectively, combining multiple mutually supportive elements to create overwhelming strikes and breakthroughs of the enemy's defenses. This type of warfare is often referred to as Blitzkrieg, lightning war. This new type of warfare disrupted not only Poland's plans, but also those of the Allied powers involved with Poland. France and Britain declared war, but felt the need for a few more months to strengthen their armies before they could effectively send military assistance to Poland. They hoped that Poland could hold out until then. In terms of the speed of the campaign, it shocked all the belligerents. Even Germany was amazed at the effectiveness of their new military theory. In the first week, the Polish forces had to retreat deeply in the face of strong German attacks. They had to abandon the Polish corridor, Greater Poland, and Upper Silesia. Meanwhile, the capital city of Warsaw continuously endured airstrikes from the beginning of the campaign. The most important battle in this phase of the war was the Battle of Bzura, which took place from September 9th to 19th. German Army Group 8 advanced rapidly eastward, heading straight west towards Warsaw with a rapid attack speed. The flanks of Army Group 8 were exposed, and the Polish forces seized the opportunity to launch an initial victory, but ultimately were crushed, mainly due to the superior air advantage of the German Luftwaffe. On September 17th, the Soviet Union unexpectedly sent troops into Poland from the east. This move was completely unexpected by everyone. At the time the Soviet Union sent troops into Poland, the Polish forces were isolated and lacked coordination. A day later, the leaders of the Polish government fled the country. The Polish army was also ordered to retreat from the country and reorganize its forces in France. It was clear that the war had completely failed, and the Polish government was trying to salvage what was left of the armed forces. However, clashes continued. Just west of Warsaw, the city of Lwów, now Lviv, surrendered on September 22nd. Warsaw held on for a few more days with units completely surrounded but still fought tenaciously. Finally, the city officially surrendered on October 28th. Many Polish units held out for a few more days. The final battle was the Battle of Kock, which took place from October 2nd to 5th. The campaign ended completely on October 6th. Afterwards, Poland was divided along the Bug River. The western part was annexed by Germany, while the eastern part was annexed by the Soviet Union. The consequences of the invasion. The consequences of the invasion are that over 100,000 Polish soldiers managed to escape. They were welcomed by the British and French and continued to fight against the German forces for the remainder of the war. In particular, a large number of Polish pilots participated in air combat operations against the Germans in the Battle of Britain. Meanwhile, the German occupation of Poland was extremely brutal. The Warsaw Ghetto was established, and hundreds of thousands of Jews were held captive there. From there, the Jews were taken in large numbers to concentration camps and extermination camps built by the Nazi Germans throughout Poland. Out of the 3,300,000 Jews living in Poland before the war, only 380,000 survived. The Polish population also suffered unprecedented brutality, with millions of people killed during the occupation. The resistance of the Polish people continued throughout this period, with small resistance groups operating across the country, attacking small targets and harassing the German forces until they were completely driven out by the Allied forces. The invasion of Poland serves as a valuable lesson for the Allied powers. They helplessly watched as Poland was attacked by the military strength and tactics of Germany. Such a swift campaign had no precedent. 7 months later, France also suffered a similar fate when they could not resist the German tactics. Driven by belief in strategic ideology and abundant drug supply, the Nazi German army seemed unstoppable.